Do I recall you were a big Star Wars fan or not?
It's funny you say that.
Here he goes. He's reaching into his pocket.
Do you want me to show you my official Jedi Knight card or my Boba Fett wallet made of paper?
So what are you thinking about Jonas? Have you ever met Jonas? And what is it like?
That's awesome. Wait, you got to tell people the story because people don't just assume people know.
Oh, Jonas? People don't know?
I think people know.
Well,
you can tell.
I'll give the brief. Well, there isn't more color I can add to that. I was playing in Germany at the time, and my coach was in fact the coach of the Finnish national team. And I remember Henrik Detman asking me, hey, how's Penn State? Tell me about Penn State. There's a kid from the Finnish national team that's thinking of going to Penn State. And at that time was when Danny had stopped playing, and I believe he was in his first year.
As an assistant coach.
As an assistant coach. So, again, talked with Henrik about Jonas. Had heard about him. I had two Finnish teammates, Mikko Nupila and Markku Larkio. So they have lots of fun vowels in their names that makes it really tough to pronounce, but having spent some time with those guys, I know how to say Johannes Salatu. And he is now Chewbacca. Yes, I met him once here, just a brief handshake, but now thinking back, it's like, man, I should ask for his autograph.
Yeah, how much pride do you take as a Penn State basketball player knowing that they're invading the Star Wars universe?
And so our 5-year-old son Charlie and I went last Friday to see the Han Solo movie. I dressed in full Han Solo costume, including...
Love this. That's awesome.
Charlie had on a Chewbacca mask that every time it would open its mouth, it just made Chewbacca noises. So he didn't speak for about 3 hours. He just would open his mouth and go, so had a blast doing it. But after the movie was over, I said, Charlie, I'm going to take a picture of you and send it to Jonas because we're on Facebook. So
well, these are all. We could talk about this instead of basketball because the Han Solo movie hasn't done great. I read last week they were one of the next movies they were going to make was a Boba Fett movie. Now, if you got a Boba Fett wallet, I'm guessing that's probably not. Since the Solo movie has not done well, do you honestly think a Boba Fett movie would fly?
Look, I am hot off a conversation about franchise fatigue with my cousin. My go-to, he always can get there opening night. His kids are grown, that he can get out of the house and go see movies on opening night. So usually a Thursday night at midnight is when he goes. You're just talking about this. I'll go see every Star Wars movie. It doesn't mean I'm not going to like the original trilogy any less. No way. But, for example, those prequels with Jar Jar Binks, and I just can't watch them. But you make me a movie that's Star Wars, especially Boba Fett. One of the best expanded universe novels was The Tales of the Bounty Hunters. And Boba Fett's story in there, which is not canon anymore, was one of the best stories.
But is that widely known enough? Again, because Solo has not made a ton of money for them. Is that widely known enough, or would that be too big of a game?
I'd argue, let's see what happens. I think it made $100 million. Maybe that's with inflation like $10 million.
Yeah, but that was a disappointing number for Disney.
I read that it was disappointing. We'll see. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be a huge blockbuster, but I enjoyed it very much. And I know a lot of the backstory of many of the characters that were introduced, somewhat new to the silver screen, but I knew them from the novelizations. I read about 40 novelizations outside of the original trilogy.
You had no idea we were going to get into all this.
I'm the one who started it.
I love it.